I have always been a movie buff right from my young age. It runs in the family. I was 5 years old when my uncle took me and my younger brother for a movie. Like I was a fan of the movies, I was a fan of wrestling too, which we then knew by the name of WWF, which is now is WWE. And it was here in the single screen theatre I was seeing a movie for the first time about wrestling and gangs, and that was Khiladiyon Ka Khiladi, released in 1996, starring none other than superstar Akshay Kumar. Yes, this is where I was introduced to the action hero. Akshay Kumar majorly ruled Bollywood in the 90s with his action films, especially his Khiladi series, with Khiladi in 1992, Main Khiladi To Nadi in 1994, Mr. and Mrs. Khiladi in 1997, and My Guilty Pleasure International Khiladi in 1999, where he co-starred with his now wife Twinkle Khanna. In the 2000s, he gave one of his career's best performance in Hera Fairy, which was a remake of a 1989 Malayalam movie Ramji Rao Speaking. Akshay then did a lot of experiments with his role for the next few years with the likes of Dhadkan, Ajnabi, Aitraz, Khaki and Waqt, all of which showed Akshay's range and versatility. But it was 2004 where people were going to see a new Akshay Kumar who would take Bollywood to its peak with a genre that people had not seen him that often, and that was comedy. Akshay gave films like Mujhse Shaadi Karogi, Welcome, Bhool Bhulaiya, etc. to name a few, and all of these films made huge numbers at the box office. In the late 2010s, Akshay changed his approach and now started focusing on films on social messaging, history and drama such as Airlift, Padman, Kesari, Gold, Mission Mangal, etc. And these two did good numbers at the box office. Everyone looked at him as a box office draw and that he can never go wrong. But after the pandemic, something happened. Something changed. A person who was known to give hits after hits suddenly had the most flop movies to his name. People made themselves distant from Akshay Kumar movies, and his movies turned out to be colossal box office failures. People started complaining that they see Kumar too often on the screen, and a sense of saturation has creeped in. So much so that Kumar 2 weeks ago on Galata Plus had to voice out his emotions and say his side of the story to the public to give justification. Even after such a good performance in Sarfira, how did things go so bad that he has to now justify when it comes to his movies? I will speak about this interview at the end a little bit, but my main motive to make this video is to analyze and show that it is not just Akshay Kumar's presence all the time, but the film themselves weren't that good to draw the crowd anyways. So let's talk on a few points on how Akshay himself and his actions are responsible for where he is today. But before we do, as always, if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming content. The choice of movies. If you have seen the list of movies Akshay Kumar has acted in, you would wonder how a star like Kumar, who is so experienced in this industry, would even agree to do such films. Be it Bade Miyan Chote Miyan as the latest debacle, or Selfie, Ram Setu, or the atrocious Bachchan Pandey or Samrat Prithviraj, all of these movies were destined to tank at the box office. Either there was no story, or the screenplay was bad, or the characters did not have the depth, or the editing or the VFX was bad. I can just rant about it. He jumped on acting in a few remakes like Lakshmi, Katputli and the latest Sarfira, which are already hits in their native language and are easily available with Hindi dubbed versions. So there was no need to sign up for this with the same story, just told with different faces and locations, just so that it can reach the audience up north. During the pandemic, people across India got introduced to cinema through OTT platforms from various parts of the country, and the Hindi dubbing made it easier and entertaining to watch more content from these regions. When you already know it's a bad idea from your previous experiences, then why do Sarfira and repeat the same mistake? These remakes had disaster written all over them. No depth in characters. The second problem with the latest films that have been released feels like an Akshay Kumar movie. Why? Because you don't see any character, you see only Akshay Kumar. There was a reason why people felt the rage of a warrior like Havaldar Ishar Singh in Kesari. There was a reason why people were at the edge of their seats when Ajay Singh Rajput was on a covert operation in Baby. There was a reason why people cheered when Gabbar was on a mission to fight corruption in Gabbar is Back. Why? Because they could see the characters and not Akshay Kumar. They felt connected with these characters and not the person playing them. That's exactly what acting is, and he did a very good job in these movies. But every other movie that Akshay comes with now has the same pitch, delivery, body language and drama, no matter what the script of the movie is. Especially the awful wigs and makeups to make him look ages younger. Trust me, it just makes it worse. The superstar fan syndrome. Being active in the film industry is very important. You never know who will take your place in your absence, and one day you will be left with no work. But when you're too active, it makes you look like a businessman rather than an actor who appreciates his craft. Moreover, it dwindles down the stardom that you have attained, and the limelight dumbs down to become any light that can shine upon anyone. And there are two ways to explain this, one from the fan's perspective and one through craft. Let me explain through an example of Akshay's very own father-in-law, none other than Rajesh Khanna. It is said that when Rajesh Khanna used to travel by his car, by the time he reached his destination, his car was filled with lipstick marks. Girls used to cry to get just one glance of him. Not to such extreme, but there were other actors too who got the same amount of love and respect in the early 70s and 80s. This was because there was a secrecy in the aura of these actors, on how these actors live, how they hang out or who they hang out with, what they eat or drink, like everything. This discreet nature of the actors back then attained them godlike status. But today, in the age of social media, everything is out in the open. Privacy is invaded every now and then. But there are still ways that you can maintain your stardom. Ranbir Kapoor is a great example of this, as he is not active on social media, which makes his life look so secret. That is exactly why the superstar fan syndrome pays off, because when he comes out of his discreet life and drops a movie like Animal, it does crores of business because fans want to see what they have been eagerly waiting for, hence still holding on to the superstar tag. But in Kumar's case, instead of maintaining the secrecy, he would be all over the place, doing 4 films a year, multiple ads, doing promotions and shows, in reels and stories on Insta, in collaborations. It is just exhausting. But it becomes more annoying to his fans when he defends this behavior, when in fact he is not the first one to go through with this. Like in 1986, when Mithun Chakravarti did 15 god-awful films in a year with titles like Karam Data. People were tired of seeing him on the big screen. Different example, when Ayushmann Khurrana was following a pattern of doing films with social themes, even he got a little hate from his fans for being monotonous, and he ended up doing a different kind of film titled An Action Hero, which was well received. Fans love change. Fans do love secrecy. Fans do love when you tease them a bit and then make them wait, and make that wait worth every bit, like Shah Rukh Khan did with movies like Pathan and Jawan. From a craft perspective, quality will always be appreciated more than quantity in any field. Akshay is seen giving statements like people don't get jobs nowadays, and he is happy that he is getting films, which is such a silly comparison between middle class audience and himself. He not doing films and people not having jobs are two separate things given the amount of money he makes, which is all over the media. He also said in the recent interview that people in the industry like it when his films don't work. And I'm sure it's not just for him, and pretty much the same for others too in the B-Town. Everyone in this industry has this cunning side and always like to see their competitors face a little flack. So this just comes across as a victim play. I love watching Akshay Kumar doing his best in his movies because he is one of the best actors that we have in Bollywood. But I think it's high time for him to take a break and seriously consider his options and evaluate, and moreover, start choosing quality over quantity. Well, that was my video guys. I hope you liked it. Do let me know about your thoughts and views in the comment section. Once again, if you have liked my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming content. Thank you so much for watching. See you again.